Hello, and welcome to another episode of Xactware, brought to you by Actionable Insights. My name is Seth Harrison, and today I want to show you how to create a new line item from scratch. We recently put together a video that shows you how to create a custom price list, but now I want to show you how to add a line item that doesn't exist in the Xactimate price list. In this example, we're going to show you how to create a line item for test plugs, as the test plugs are not currently included as an Xactimate line item. We're going to add these to the plumbing category code and show you how to do that. As you can see here, I have Xactimate 28 open under the price list tab. We're going to open up the price list that we created in our last video, the Xactware price list here. I'm going to double click it, and you'll see the price list editor window opens up with all the information. In order to add a new item, I'm going to down here to the drop down menu, this little plus item at items, and I'm going to click it. I'm going to go down to the plumbing category code, and I'm going to right click on PLM, and at the bottom you'll see attach item. I'm going to click attach item. Now when this window comes up, I now have the ability to add a new line item. Unfortunately, it looks like it's uneditable. I can't choose much. The windows are grayed out as a whole. So you have to work one by one on the area that you want to work in. First, I'm going to start with the category code. I'm going to click the drop down box, and I'm going to type in PLM for plumbing and hit enter. Now you can see the selector window opened up as a possible to type in. I'm going to type in plug plus. Now the rest of the windows are editable, etc. So I'm going to type in the description as test plug 3 to 4 inches. That's the general plug plus line size that we're going to be describing here, not the 2-inch, but the 3 to 4. Now for the most part, I don't need to do anything else on the rest of this right now. I'm going to go over to the replace tab. One of the reasons we chose this line item is there's no real situation where you would have a remove or a detach and reset of a test plug. It's simply replace. So it says the activity plus item does not currently exist. If you wish to add it, click on the button above. Fair enough. What does this, I'm going to skip over this and go straight down to the definition. What does this include? Materials for a 3 to 4 inch test plug and the associated labor to install it. Don't necessarily need to put anything in the excludes or quantity for this, and say no, this item will be disposed after it is used. Just for general notes. Now, you might want to jump straight down in here and go, okay, cool, material, equipment, labor. I can start adding this workers' wage, labor overhead. None of it will calculate it for itself. If you follow the process that we showed you last time to come up with a custom price list and adjust wages, prices, etc. for your custom price list based off the costs that you face, then a lot of this might auto-calculate, but you have to do this step first. You have to come up here and you have to hit add. And you'll see there's 3 different types of add. The equipment, the material, and the labor. In this particular case, we're going to jump straight to the labor. And I got to go to component code here and type in PLM and hit enter once more. Now if you ever have this come up where this little window, you can't move around, you can click out to any other tab, remove and replace, come back, and it'll be fine. So as you can see here for the San Bernardino price list, I don't know what month this was duplicated from. It has $94 an hour for a plumber. That's saying that you can get one of these done in an hour. Now, if you had a new building, new construction, all the pipes were lined up, let's assume that obviously a plumber can install more than one test plug in any given situation. So let's assume that they can do probably 8 test plugs in an hour. As you can see, that automatically updated the retail labor, workers' wage, labor burden, labor overhead to say that yes, the plumber can do about 8 of these in an hour. So for one of them, it comes out to about that much for the retail labor price. Now that's assuming there's no supporting event here. Unfortunately, in a restoration environment, there are going to be obstacles to overcome. There's going to be drive time and obstacles to overcome in general. So what do we need to do? We need to add our supporting events here. As when you go down to the PLM category code, you'll see there's the F and the R, finish and rough. In this situation, we want to use the rough. And as you can tell, again, this window comes up, so I'm going to go remove and then go back to replace. Now I have a more direct, yield, not the direct yield, but the yield based on all the situations at hand. And as you can see, if I stretch this out, it'll say labor assumption is based on an 8-hour workday with 5-minute planning, 30-minute drive times, 20-minute breaks, etc., etc. It goes on and on to show you all the conditions in the supporting events that are assumed to come up with your yield, not your direct yield. Now, finally, in this particular case, I'm just going to add the material right here. Let's say it's $11 for a test plug, making a number up. Now I have the retail labor based off the supporting events of a restoration environment. I have the material costs of what it costs me to go get the test plug in the first place. And so all in all, I have a line item price per unit of 26.67. As you can see here, that's not updated up here yet. So I'm actually going to go back to the remove and come back to replace. And I have the material and everything's good to go. And I now have a PLM plug G plug plus line item. I can use this line item in any estimate that I use this custom price list in. That is how you create a custom line item from scratch. If you have any questions or a different method of how you do it, I know a lot of people duplicate a similar line item to kind of fast forward through a lot of those steps. If you have a different method or a way of going about this, feel free to comment or share below. I'd be happy to post a follow-up video or alter this one with any suggestions. In the meantime, this has been another episode of Xactware. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in a week.